it safe so they can be played on another day. Rob's Arcade.
Oh man, it should be all the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I went for a walk on a winter day. Welcome back to Rob's Arcade, party people. Uh, hoping for some snow here soon in Rob's Arcade. Hooyah! But so far it's just some leaves falling from the trees. But I feel like we're getting there. We're getting close. And this will probably be like um, that last winter, excuse me, of GTA 5. We got GTA 6 finally on the horizon. Um, I'm currently locked into my PS4 version, um, which I don't know. I just seem to like a lot better. Just like I said before, it's got this cool. I mean, this literally is so close to my actual look. My avatar for this is it's insane how like even people that I've worked with, they've seen this and they're like, "How did you scan yourself into the freaking PlayStation? Like how on earth did you get your avatar to look so much like yourself?" And I think it was just like they nailed it. They got the formula just right on how to craft these things. But even like the hoodie I'm wearing right now, the Disney pants that I have on, the black Disney pants with the gray print, the white print on my gray hood. It's just crazy. It's wild. But anyway, welcome back to the show, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, tubing in, if you will, here. Just do a little catch up with you guys, and I've got a few videos to crank out. So this will be I guess, the last one that I put out. Yeah, that makes sense. It's weird. It's like a Zelda key, like you know, 231 or something weird. I don't know. Anyway, um, hopefully that even makes some kind of sense. Um, hopefully this video makes a little sense. I'm a little under the weather right now. Just feeling a little congested. Throat's a little scratchy. But I wanted to kind of hang out with you guys and catch you up since we are already in December. Like it's crazy. We're like 2 weeks almost into December here, and I feel like a lot's happened. We got a lot coming up, and just kind of wanted to touch base with you guys, see how everybody's doing with this holiday season, with the December winter weather that we've had, and just kind of share some stories with you guys as well. Kind of do these like Monday motivations and all of that sort of thing. Um, and what it means to be like a good person and all of that. So um, thanks for hanging out, and if you've hung out through this, you've watched all the videos today. So I really want to thank you for taking the time to kind of hang out and you know taking advantage of this time like I am. I don't always like, get the time to hang out with you guys. So the fact that I'm able to get some time in and talk to you guys and everything like that, it's I don't know, it's just it's really nice. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it. December, crazy already. Like I said, we're just so shy of Christmas. I kind of talked about the holidays a little bit when I got into Thanksgiving, and kind of the same. Like I just, I don't know. I'm looking forward to like a quiet day at at home. Thanksgiving was actually really like I was a little nervous about how that was going to look, but it was actually really nice. My sister came by for a little bit in the morning, did some yard work, which I was kind of saying that like I wish she had, um, I don't know, maybe just come over to hang out because I was looking forward to getting out there and doing some yard work, and we don't always get along so well. So I've been trying to like keep my distance from her. But at the end of the day, I think I was actually kind of glad like I didn't have to get out there. Like, let's be honest with myself. Like, most days she's not here, and I have that option to get out there and do some yard work. And very rarely do I ever take advantage of it. um, so, I don't know. I was kind of like, oh man, I wish I could get out there and like rake some leaves and everything. It's like, no, yeah, no, I'm fine. But she came by earlier in the day and kind of hung out for a little bit. And then we had some friends kind of come over and just had like a nice quiet dinner, nothing too crazy. Even in the last few years, my mom and I, we've kind of had dinner here and stuff, and she wants to do this crazy like spread where we have like two or three tables set up and like all these, special gravy boats, like a gravy boat, and then like a pot of on the stove of gravy, and then like a gravy dish over here in case somebody wants to spoon. Like it's just like it's so much stuff, two kinds of cranberries and I don't know, just all kind. I mean, like you want a good spread, but if it's just a couple of people, it's just not. You don't need that much stuff, and then to go all out and have all these crazy tables, it's just a lot of cleanup for like two or three people. So this year was nice. It was very low key. We had all of the fixins, all of the, you know, the turkey and the mashed potatoes and everything, that you could possibly think of. Um, did the turkey hash and all of that, but it was just very simple. Like we didn't have all the, like I said, this crazy setup and huge, I guess, spectacle. It was just like, let's just enjoy the dinner, watch our four brothers, and just kind of hang out and, enjoy enjoy the company of each other and all of that. So it was really nice, and I'm hoping for like a similar Christmas experience. Not looking to do like the whole hang around all the crazy kids and do all of that. It sounds bad, but I've enjoyed just the after the I don't know last few years of running around doing like before Christmases kind of setup where you're running around on doing it. It's just been kind of nice not to have to do a whole lot of anything. If anybody wants to come by and hang out with me, feel free here on Rob's Arcade, but I doubt I really make an effort to um, go anywhere or venture out and make any big plans. Again, a lot of it's just that, it seems so odd to me. And I know it's just kind of like, well, that's what the time of year is for. Um, but it's just like I said, I feel like a lot of my family and friends don't really make an effort to reach out um, throughout the year. And so I don't know, just to go over there, see Uncle so and so that one time out of the year, get a gift, and then go home and not see him again for another 12 months. It just seems so weird. It just seems so weird to me. And I think, it's not that I wouldn't appreciate the slippers or appreciate, the cool Marvel T-shirt or, video game or Lego, whatever it is. I like, I appreciate anything I get from my family. It's just, I would much rather have that whole like, hey, you want to go grab lunch? Or, hey, um, let's have dinner. We're doing this, we're doing that. And for years it was hard for me to get out and do things. I was working overnights. Spent like 15 years doing the whole overnight thing, but now I don't work overnight anymore. So it's like I don't know if maybe people think that like I I never wanted to do these things in the past, so I didn't come, and maybe they stopped inviting me, or um, I don't know if there's even really a reason. If it's something that's they just don't think about it, or what. But like even some of my, like my closer cousins and things like that, it's like, it's just get to a point where I don't see them um, throughout the year. Some of who live like extremely close um, would be very easy just to like make plans to hang out one Saturday or come. And it's not that I don't want this to sound too like I'm not I'm expecting them to make the effort. So often I do. I've reached out like, oh yeah, we should totally do this, we should totally do that, and I'm totally for it, but I'm not going to be the one to keep making the suggestion. It's kind of like after a while, it's like, it's like, hey, let me come by and, we'll hang out and do this, or, grab lunch or just hang out, with the families, watch a movie with the kids or whatever that looks like. I don't want to have to be the one to constantly, after a while, you just kind of feel like you're bugging that person, like, um, and I'm sure it's nothing intentional. Like people have lives and families and just get kind of caught up in their own stuff, but um it's just again it's just uh such a weird custom Um, that everybody seems just to be, that's just how it is. That's okay. That's just what life is. It's what families, it's what holidays is about. It's kind of like I've said before, like with Thanksgiving, it just seems to be this tradition where it's like, oh yeah, you go have dinner with people you never see, people you can't stand, people you don't get along with. There's a fight, you have some fun, some games and stuff like that. Um, but I don't know. I just feel like unless, you have like a very close family to begin with, there's just nothing really there to enjoy or celebrate. Like I said, be one of those things like where if I, spent more time and saw, I guess, relatives more often throughout the year. And then we had these things like Thanksgiving and all of that. Be like, oh wow, so grateful to be here and having these Thanksgiving with you guys and yada yada. But it's just kind of like, so, you know, welcome, put your coat down, help yourself to some food, and tell me, what have you been up to for the last year? Like it just seems so odd. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Here's your Marvel Spider-Man sweatshirt. How have you been for the last year? This is, I don't know. Also, it's like my work wants me to take off some time during the holidays, and I'm just like, I don't even know like what I would, uh, when I could, when can I take it off? We're already like we're right there at the holidays. Um, so like when would I take any time off? That's kind of why I'm like just like, taking like a sick day today. So otherwise it's just like, you know, just taking off a day just to take off a day, and it's just I don't know, feels feels weird to me, and it's always like and like I said, I enjoy my work, but I'm busy. Like from the moment I walk in the door to the moment I leave, I'm usually like running around doing a lot of stuff. Um, Even like the last 2 days, I didn't really take a break. Probably why I'm not feeling so great today. It's probably just like a thing where I just need to get some rest, to be honest. But well, even today, I mean, like I've been home today and I've already sent out like a bunch of emails and done a few things, done a few work things from home. Um, but yeah, you see with the holidays, like I don't know, like what I don't know what I would be doing. I guess maybe put some lights on the house and some of that kind of stuff, which is some stuff I do need to do. I do need to take advantage of that time, I guess, and um, maybe use it to get some things done. Maybe use to get some yard work since I wanted to complain about that so much in my last video. And maybe just get some Christmas shopping and stuff done. Although there won't be a whole lot of, um, I think, presents this year, just in general. Like I think my mom and hopefully my sister and family and everybody's like on that same boat. Like I don't want to be going all out and spending a whole lot on Christmas. People going into debt over Christmas presents. I don't really need anything. There's nothing I really want. Typically, if there is, I'll pick it up throughout the year. Um, and I mean, I enjoy games and Lego and clothes and that sort of thing. But I feel so bad. Like I just kind of went through my room and kind of cleaned up a little bit. And I was just like, I'm going through stuff that I don't like. I'm looking at old Christmas presents and things I still have, like Lego sets still in boxes I haven't put together. Just like when do I have the time and the space to put all this stuff out, I guess, but um I just have flashbacks too of, like I said, you visiting house after house and in-law and this person and that person. And it's like the day after Christmas, it's like you have no room for anything. It's just like there's just so much stuff everywhere, and it's just I don't know. Um, After going through and cleaning some stuff out, it's kind of like I don't want another, I guess, 2 weeks to have a ton of just junk taking up shelf space, and like, well, where do I put this, and when do I have time to even put this together, um, or what have you. So I don't know. I just rather maybe somebody make a donation in my name, or I don't know, just send me a card, maybe. Keep it low key, keep it simple. Um, and I think that's something too that's just come over the years with my, um, not drinking anymore. Like I like it low key. I like it simple. Um, Even down to the food that I eat and stuff like that. Like I don't use a whole lot of steak sauce and all that anymore. Like I just like to enjoy things for, the holidays for what they are. Just to be able to watch some movies and hang out with my mom. Have a few friends come by, stuff like that. Do some Winterfest on Fortnite with the boys. Um, that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking forward to. Um, Looking forward to a meeting coming up. Hopefully, getting some space for those who um, maybe have like a prosthetic or in wheelchair. We don't really have any programming at the current moment for stuff like that. And after talking with this amazing gentleman who's recently become a member, um, we've been looking to try to figure out what that looks like. And I finally have a meeting coming up in about a week. Um, so I'm hoping like in 2026, which is crazy to even think that's on the horizon. Going to be able to get that going um, at work as well. Just another um, moving piece and something else to kind of to keep me busy. But it's cool, man. It's really neat what I get to do. I'm going to kind of segue into this from complaining about holidays and what family looks like and everything like that. Because I know it's all different. You can't really um, plan or pick your family. It's just kind of what it is. But man, my work fam is really amazing. And we get to do some really cool stuff at work, and I get a chance to be a part of some really cool stuff at work. And um, like I said, one of those is now hopefully because it's always about like we talk a lot about like inclusion and that sort of thing. Um, and it's just like another piece, like another piece to include, and something that I feel like is like missed from time to time. And it's crazy. We just had like a full time meeting, and somebody else brought it up too. They were like, this is something we used to do, and there used to be a space for some of this kind of stuff. We've kind of gotten away from it. We need to get back into it. And I was just like, oh man, exactly. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Um, but just on a day-to-day basis, on the ins and outs every day, like there's just some really cool things that happen. And I don't know. It's just I'm really looking forward to 2026. Um, but as we're getting through December and kind of wrapping up 2025 and what that looks like, it's been an awesome year. It really has been, as far as like again what my work fam and what that whole piece has looked like from I've talked about transitioning from working with the teen group and that whole thing, helping out over the summer with summer camp and working with the kids in that aspect, and then kind of breaking away into my new position where I'm more upfront, involved in a lot more of what goes on in the building, and it's been really awesome. Like I said, I've kind of talked about um, getting comfortable in what I'm doing, and each week feeling more comfortable. Even just yesterday, I was able to I do things where I do these like approvals for people and with like financial aid and that sort of thing. And like I don't even really know what all that looks like. So I was kind of diving into that with a coworker yesterday. And again, somebody who's just been there for me since I've kind of started, and looking at all this together and really helping me figure out what this looks like, how it all comes together, and realizing that I can help families not just a little bit, but like with complete financial aid. And there's like this really awesome family. I actually started working with them when I was doing the teen programming, and the son just, I don't know, had a hard time finding a fit. And we looked at Leaders Club, and that worked out fairly well. But we found that just like working out was where this kid's passion lies. And so, like, giving him a place to do that is not just like a physical wellness, but it helps his mental, his spiritual wellness, like all of that. It's like it's a complete package. And I think it puts this mom at ease knowing that her son has a place to go. And so I've been able to like work with him and through the teen aspect, and then realizing that they've, have got some really tough financial hardships. And I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about what they have going on, but I mean, their family's really kind of going through it at the moment. And my coworker was like, well, why don't we just like give them 100% financial aid for the next 6 months and kind of like get them back, on their feet a little bit, like it's not, they were already paying a discounted rate, but even that little bit is going to help them like with groceries or bills or just anything that might come up as they are trying to, get back on their feet and get settled. And they were just so grateful. And I was like, look, I can't take all the credit. Like, don't, thank me. Like, really, this is like a group kind of effort. And, we really have to thank my coworker to like kind of help point all this out. But it's little pieces like that that I get to do on a day in and day out basis. And it really makes me enjoy what I get to do. And like I said, that's just one moment, one piece out of, my whole work week. Um, I'm going to wrap up here in just a moment. But again, I've made that point of like, sometimes you don't know what you can do. And of course, here I am, like, I'm staying home today, of course, but like, sometimes you just have to. Um, you don't always know sometimes like what your presence can do. So that's why I always say, man, it's so important. Like when I was doing the teen stuff and working with the kids and all that, like showing up 110%, being there when you can. It's like it's so important um, because you just never know like whose life you're going to affect, and regardless of how people may treat you too. Like somebody might come in or make you feel uncomfortable, but if they ever need help, they ever need something, um, do yourself a favor and be there for that person because you just like I said, you just never know what your little gift can mean to that other person. And in closing with that, I'm going to wrap up with this really fun story that I've been wanting to share here with you guys. And I need to go get something to eat because I'm starving. But the other day, I was speaking of starving and getting something to eat. A young man came up to me and needed some change for the vending machine, and I wasn't sure I heard him right. I thought he said he needed $2, like he needed two ones or something like that, or was it change for a $2 bill? I'm like, did I hear this right? And so we're walking to the cash box to get him some change, and I'm like, did he say a $2 bill? Like, I hope he's not trying to get two ones for a $2 bill. Like, that's just not. And so we get to the cash box, and sure enough, he pulls out a $2 bill, and I'm like, dude, you can't get rid of that, man. That's like a special. That's like those are lucky, dude. Like that's a special $2 bill. You can't get rid of that. And he's kind of looking at me like, well, maybe I want the chips. And I was like, kind of like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. It's like, he goes, well, maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get some chips. And I'm like, oh my God, this kid's too much. So I'm like, all right. But I have in my head, I'm planning it out, and I'm like, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this kid the two ones. I'm going to hold on to the $2 bill. We're going to keep it in the cash box, and then I'm going to trade it out and give him back the $2. And so we go to open the cash box, and there's no ones. I'm like, oh no. And he's kind of looking at me like, oh no. And I'm just like telling him like, dude, this was a lucky $2 bill, and here it is, no luck, no change. So I thought about it for a second. I'm like, all right, come on, let's go. So I put the cash box away. He follows me. We're going over to the vending machine, and I was like, we want some chips, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, come on, we're gonna get some chips. I'll get you some chips. And he's looking at me, and I'm like, see, I told you it's lucky, right? I said, look at that. You're gonna get your chips after all. I was like, come on. So we go to get the chips, and he's trying to give me the $2 bill, and I'm like, no, dude, like that's your $2. I told you, hold on to that. That's a lucky $2 bill. Don't ever get rid of it. I'm gonna get you the chips, man. It's like, see, I told you it's lucky, right? And he's kind of like nodding, like, okay. This kid's like 10 years old. And so he's kind of like nodding, like, okay, whatever you say, dude. It's lucky $2 bill, fine. So I was that my stomach I just heard? That's crazy if it was. I have to go back and like listen to this and see. So we'll go back to the vending machine. I told him to hold on to the $2, and I go get the chips. And when I go get the chips, the little thing starts to spin. It kicks the chips out, but they get stuck between the rack and the window. And I'm like, no way. And he's looking at me too, like, what the hell? Like, you just told me this was a lucky $2 bill, man. And I'm like, oh my God, what the heck? And I'm like, I just lied to this kid, right? So then I look back at the vending machine, and the little, even though the chips fell and got stuck, the little spinny thing is still going. And it's still going. And it kicks out a second bag of chips. When the second bag of chips kick out, both of them fall to the bottom. And we're looking at each other like eyes wide, mouths open, jaw on the floor. I'm like I'm like smacking this kid in the arm like, dude, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Holy smokes, right? And then I'm like, I told you. I told you. I told you. It's a lucky $2 bill, man. I freaking told you. Never get rid of that $2 bill. And he hasn't. I saw him the other day. I asked him, I was like, hey, you still got that $2 bill? And he's like, yes, I still have it. I was like, never get rid of it. But it was just a really fun, really cute story. And I'm sure like he went around and told all of his friends, look, man, I got 2 bags of chips. I got my $2. It's lucky $2 bill, man. I might have told him I have superpowers. I don't know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to remember to get all these out. We're going to get these out today. We're going to kick all these videos out. And hopefully you will enjoy these. Make sure you like, share, subscribe for future videos. We got some cool, I think, retro weekends coming up in the mix for the holidays. Make sure you guys get all your holiday shopping done. Hopefully you have a safe Christmas. Hopefully you enjoy the time that you have with your friends and family. I'm looking forward to the time that I do spend with the friends and family around the holidays that I do have. But also looking forward to a very low key, very quiet holiday as well. So hopefully you guys get everything you want out of your holidays. I will see you back here soon. If not before the new year, I will see you in 2026. And until next time, well, I'll see you. I'll see you before that. But I don't know if I'm going to do another um, catch-up kind of show like this. But I'll see you like on some other Rob Arcade ventures between now and then. So anyway, guys, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Until next time, don't spend that quarter anywhere else.